Hey guys, we are live here today from our garden on Salt Spring Island. If you're in there, pop in. We have a beautiful afternoon here, 2:09 p.m. in the afternoon, Pacific time. And current temperature around 20 degrees Celsius with 50.7% humidity. So I just finished watering the garden, got a whole bunch of stuff done. And that rain actually did some justice to the garden, but now it's going to dry out all week. It's going to be dry and sunny. We do not have a cloud in the sky once again, which kind of sucks. Kind of good and kind of sucks. Hey, how's it going, Hardy Palms, Utah? The thing that sucks about it is that I'm going to have to keep watering. The thing that's good about it, well, it's warm out. It's nice. It's just a really nice, comfortable temperature right now. So, hey, what's up, man? In there. I'm eating my lunch again. So this morning I went for a motorbike ride down to the coffee shop. Got back, helped up clean up 2 B&B rooms, had 2 checkouts, and us 2 dry and smoky. Oh yeah, no smoke here. You know, we're very fortunate this year. We didn't get the smoke. We had like a day of kind of haze. It wasn't really bad though, and then it just kind of dissipated. So I guess maybe the prevailing ocean winds blew it away or the jet stream pulled it away, but it was good. It was all good. I mean, I feel for the people that have the smoke because last year we had several days of smoke, and man, it was nasty. I could feel it in my lungs. My eyes were burning. My throat was burning. It was not good to breathe in those smoky particles. Thank God for the ocean. I can feel there's a little bit of a breeze right now. Not bad. I mean, you can see a little bit of the trees up there. Just maybe the very slightest breeze. But you can actually smell the ocean here too. And that's a nice thing too. It's always like really fresh air out here on the islands. So to be the same out on the San Juans too. Anyway, like I say, I just finished watering the nursery, and I tell you what I did. You have to wait for the video. 98 Fahrenheit here in South Texas. I believe it. You got to think your latitude. It gets hot down there. My son used to live in South Texas, okay? He lived very close to the Mexican border and not that far west of the Gulf of Mexico. He's pretty close to Brownsville in a little town west of Brownsville called Weslaco, right? So he lived down in Weslaco, Texas. He used to always Skype with us when he was down there. I'm probably getting a few years trimmed off. I guess you could wear a mask or something. I never thought to wear a mask in that smoke. Maybe I should have worn a mask. You probably need an N95 to block out some of those tiny particles because, oh, it was bad. Like, I mean, when it was really bad here, I mean, the sun was trying to burn a hole through it. Oh, you live in Weslaco, Texas. Okay. So he married a girl down in Weslaco, Texas. And he lived down there, and then he brought her up here. So she immigrated to Canada, and I think she's in Victoria still. They ended up divorcing about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and he's with a new gal now. But anyway, I think they're still friends, but she's still in Victoria as far as I know. But that's where she was born and raised in Weslaco. Who's here? Guard dog on duty. Guard dog is on duty. I think we have a guest arriving. 10 miles from the border. Very small town. So Danielle Riviera, that's who he married, a girl named Danielle Riviera. And her sister lives up in San Antonio. So he used to go up to San Antonio and go along the river walk. And then they go over to, is that San Padre Island? They go to this island near Brownsville, and they take a little vacation there. I think it was San Padre, right? Is that the name of the island? Anyway, when he was Skyping from Weslaco, lots of palm trees, lots of Washingtonia robusta, really hot down there, and lots of palm trees even down the street where he lived, right? Just lining the streets. So pretty cool little town. South Padre, that's it. So my son used to like go there. He's got a big tattoo on his arm, the state of Texas, with a couple of guns, a couple of 45 revolvers in the tattoo. It says Texas across it. Anyway, my oldest son had a good time living in Texas, but the summer was a little bit too hot for him down there. It was just cooking hot, right? So, and then she had to adapt when she moved up here. She moved up to Canada. It was her first time ever to Canada. I remember picking him up at the airport. It was her first time ever to Canada. So what an adjustment, right? That was in January 2012. They moved up here. So she's been up here for a while now, going on 10 years. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good down there. We don't have any B&B guests at the moment, so the live stream can continue for a bit without any interruptions. I went into the coffee shop today and I just never seen it so packed in my life. It was absolutely insane. So I waited in line forever to get my small dark roast coffee, yapped with a few people outside, hopped on my bike, and just came back home. Because sometimes it's just too busy in town for me. So as much as we like the tourists for good for the economy, I don't like the busyness. We live far from town here. So where we live, it's very quiet, right? It's just trees all around us and so much different than town. And town's not that far away. It's only about 11 or 12 kilometers south of here, something like that. And, 10, 15-minute drive, 15-minute drive, something like that, we can be in town. Kind of a rat race in the tourist season, the metropolis of the Gulf Islands. So I was looking at my other Parajubea, the one that I had in the ground for a couple of years that got super stressed out because really poor growing location under big native Western red cedar trees. So it just kind of existed. And then it was starting to decline because they were sucking the life out of it. So I dug it up last year and I put it in a bigger pot and I put it back in the greenhouse. It's looking really good right now. I can see the center spear coming out, pushing new growth, and it makes me happy. So when it fully recovers, I think I'll plant it somewhere else in the garden. So, we have a pretty good sized Parajubea here, Torellii. And that one, I could plant it near this one here. Camel. Hey, Camel's in there from South Carolina. And Jacob's in there from Weslaco, Texas. And Hardy Palms, Utah's in there. It's kind of cool that Jacob is in Weslaco, Texas, Camel. And that's where my oldest son used to live, in Weslaco, Texas. That's pretty amazing. Small world. Very small world. So anyway, I don't see any rain in our forecast now. And that kind of upsets me because we had 7 millimeters a couple of days ago. And I didn't have to water the garden for a day. That was really nice. Man, I love to start growing. Yeah, Parajubea are pretty awesome. Palms, I just, I got my fingers crossed. Hopefully it'll be more of a long-term here. I know I have a friend in Seattle that grows one in his garden. It's actually getting pretty big, and it's been there a long time. He's got it in a very sheltered location, kind of in a courtyard up against his house. Fort Worth. I've been to Fort Worth, Dallas, but at the airport. I was en route to Florida, Miami. So I was at the Fort Worth, Dallas airport, and I was there for a bit, and then I was on a plane to Miami, and I was out of there. Texas weather can be crazy. Can be really hot. Palms. Parajubea. Like I say, there's a guy up here that has a few of them, but they're very expensive. The one I have here was close to $500. So I personally wouldn't go out and spend that much money on one. Oh, Majesty. Okay, well, give us an update on it when you put it in the ground. I like Majesty palms, but they're no good here. They're just absolutely no good as houseplants, and they're absolutely useless outside here. My figs finally ripened. Yeah, I noticed they're selling fresh figs. They were selling fresh figs. The fig season's done here now, but they had lots of, there's fig stands on the side of the road, and there's a guy that parks his truck on the side of the road. That was a while back in August, and he was selling figs. Jacob, hey, one of my Musabaju turned, pushed out a new leaf, red tint. Off them. Oh, cool. Yeah, some of them do have a little bit of a tinge of a red on the midrib there. I mean, it could just be a Musabaju. Well, let us know how it grows. I mean, that's cool with a red tint. And anyway, I like fresh figs. Fresh figs are one of my favorite. Mm-hmm. They sell for about 99 cents a fig here. Fig trees all over the place, and they sell them for 99 cents a fig. They're actually pretty expensive. 10 figs, $10. So you know what? Grow your own. Grow your own figs. Ficus carica. Good ones up here are Desert King. So Desert King. La Tarula, which is Italian honey fig. Cadota. Brown Turkey. Blackjack. I think it's called Blackjack. There's another one. There's a few other ones they grow up here. Valdez. Figs are awesome. Good for you too. I got some green tracky seeds earlier. Are there any? Yeah, sometimes green tracky seeds do go if they're closer to, right? Like I harvest mine green. You know what I mean? And I've thrown them in and they've germinated too because they're close to harvesting time. But if they're harvested too early and they're green, they're probably not going to germinate, right? So like I say, if I harvest my green seeds in December and I'll hang them up in the basement, we got a cool storage spot, and they'll actually turn black within a couple of weeks, right? Mangoes here are 68 cents a pound. Oh, that's cheap. Man, you probably grow mangoes down there in southern Texas. I bet you could probably grow them down in Galveston or Galveston Island, down in those places. Subtropical down there. Heard there's coconut palms down there. I wrap it up with some blankets, cool on. Oh, cool. Let us know how it does, Palms. That's cool. Celeste. Yeah, I've never heard of Celeste. There's a fig farm down the road from me, a commercial fig farm. There's lots of fig trees down there. I drive past it every day, but I don't know the varieties they're growing. But they have a stand out there, like a little building, and they sell all their produce in there. And when fig season was in, yeah, you could go buy their figs. Experiment. Connection just went for some reason. Sorry about that, guys. If I disappear, it's a connection. Did he reach less than those two? Yeah, I don't like I like Eureka palms. Crocetilocarpus luciens, I think is the Latin name. I love butterfly palms on Maui. They use them for hedges. As a house plant here, they're absolutely useless for me because they are really prone to spider mites. And they're certainly not an outdoor palm up here. Got a kencha in the ground also, but oh, cool. I love kencha. Yeah, we have them in a big planter out front. Matter of fact, I was just pruning one of the eucalyptus trees and the kencha palm was in the way, so I had to move it out of the way. Caleb's in there. Hi, Caleb. How's it going? I might do a live stream on Wendy's Gulf Island Rock after this. I can do a short one. We got a friend that's coming over today, so maybe she wants to join in the live stream. She's got a YouTube channel too, right? Yeah, Ricas are just not good palms for me. No, she never did, but I've known Katerina forever. Like I've known her for just about 30 years, and she's a super nice lady, and her mom and her dad, super nice people. So that's weird. I just heard sound like a tree fall in the forest over there. So anyway, yeah, she's a very sweet gal, and maybe she's listening in here. I haven't seen her for a long time. There's some people I don't see for a long time, so I assume they've just moved off of Salt Spring. But Salt Spring's big enough where sometimes you don't see people for a long time, and then you bump into them like 5 years later. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. So what Wendy said on her channel, when there's moderators in there, if nobody's causing any problems, even if Bigfoot's in there and he's not swearing problems, leave him in there. You know what I mean? But if somebody starts swearing and calling people names and bullying, then she says block them. Because that's what she said. She says, because if you do that, she does. If you keep getting rid of people when they're not causing problems, she says, then she doesn't want you as a moderator. Yeah, why not try? Our greenhouse isn't heated, so I could never grow a coconut palm in there. There's no heat in our greenhouse. Remember, when it's cold outside, the only warmth it'll get is when I turn on Christmas lights, and that will not cut it for a coconut palm. So if the temperature falls below 32 degrees Fahrenheit here, that's when I turn on the Christmas lights. You need a good borderline tropical climate. Yeah. I was going to say coconut palms, another one I fail at. Is there a hardy butia? Yeah. Well, there's a butia right behind me. I'll show you. Right. You see that? There's a butia right there. Can you see that butia? That's butia capitata pindo palm. And you know what? And I think pindo palms are okay. They're not my favorite, but they are still prone to spear loss in a really bad winter. Let's just see. So that's the hardiest, I think, butia capitata and aerospatha, because they grow up here. And we're in Canada. It's planted every single one of my forte prepared. Oh, cool. Right on, Caleb. Let us know how they do. Yeah, so coconut palms like warm soil and a lot of sunshine till October. Yeah. Hey, Joe, are you growing any oranges? Yes, we do have. Well, there's one behind me right there in the pot. And then we have Meyer lemon. We have 2 pots of Meyer lemon. We have lime. And we have another orange down there in the ground point, Cirrus trifoliate. Oh, you're in Victoria. Cool, Jeff. And we also have kumquat. And we have one called Pomelo. And then we have another hardy one, which might be Citronsville, Thomasville citronquat, but it's just small. And it got really strangled out by plants in the jungle garden below. No sun. So I moved it to the back here in the spring, and it's actually looking really good now. So you're in Victoria. Hey, Joe, are you growing? Yes, we are growing oranges and lemons. Yeah, mules and